explosive, train to go, my chain to glow. Everything you see I paid for, gang or crow. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear.
They clear.
I'm shining from ear to ear.
I'm shining from ear to ear. Stand my ground, I ain't showing no fear. I done came up like the top of the stairs. These takers, they cannot compare. I'm in the crowd with the mosh pit. I hit the stage and it show. I'm in the game, I can't forfeit. Honestly, I'ma make more hits. Hop in the coupe and I swerve the latest. She get because I am the greatest. I stayed the same and then came out of changes. You wanna know what it's like to be famous? No, in public, skies be all of that.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams that don't like each other much. One will go to Super Bowl 53 as we're underway in the 2019 NFC title game. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
76.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And the open receiver is Robert Woods. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Goff on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
14. sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super.
From the gun, here's Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. The 40, 20, 10. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now on first and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On the keeper, it's Breeze. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees taking it in. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And he's able to put it through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go, bro. Here we go. Louis.
Here's Goff now on second down. Look at his shot for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, easy.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. To throw on second down is gone. And this one's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. Gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, under-throwing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
Go, son! Like 20! Go!
Throwing on third. Gone. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Yeah, baby! Super 66! Maverick! Go, son! 120! Super!
On second down, here's Goff. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. That one goes for 24 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And not much running room. Down to the 32. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a third and about 13. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, Goff. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's got Ted Ginn's gonna go. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? when they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
On first down, it's gone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now it's gone. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play instead.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah. They run. It's Gurley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
From the gun on third down. Gone. Man open. It's Kupp. He's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp. On first down, Goff. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Rams on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. Goff now looking to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Goff on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
To throw is gone. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
3rd and 2. Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line. Made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Easy. 12. 21.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Goff finding Cooks on a big play, 49 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
11. Got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Whirling. Chester. DC.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Louis. 17.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Alex Okafor in there to sack him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long. It's gone. And he's going to go down again. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Harbaugh. Like 20. 12.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 28-24 game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Easy, kill. Alert three. Yes. 13. 21.
Throwing now is Breeze. Incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Cliff Averill with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Here we go. Yes, sir.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide.
And no gain. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try the air now with Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are. But they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A very good return there, given an even 20 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by Meredith, right side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very solid gain of 27.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Breeze now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Easy.
Play action. Breeze. And this this one is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Got it.
Now a play fake. Breeze. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Samson Ebukam coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Cut. 20. DC. Here we go.
Second and 10, Goff again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Goff will lead the Rams up here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 4. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a third and long. Out of the gun, Goff. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Now he's flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Get set. Hey, easy.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Room here to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's the linebacker, Manti Te'o, on the stop.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They are going for it. Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ken Crawley. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Breeze. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
12. 21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Saints are pouring it on. Set him back 5. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. It's Scarborough again. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who have been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. I got 19. 12. Hey, easy. Ready for touch.
Breeze is looking to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Breeze. And he's got some space here. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, you know, make it tough for them to come out the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. Keep the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No coach. I want that coach. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you, don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. New Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a